In the city of Los Angeles, California, on September 30th, 1992, the FBI and local police surrounded the house of a man officially classified as extremely dangerous. You might think they were after a drug lord or a violent fugitive, but surprisingly, the person they were targeting was a hacker. What happened during that operation shocked everyone. Maybe you're asking, did they catch him? Did he escape? Well, what happened next was truly unexpected. In this video, I'll tell you the story of one of the most famous hackers in modern history, and I talk about strange, mysterious, and unbelievable stories from around the world. And thus always, don't believe everything you hear. Stay aware, stay informed, and remember, victory is a matter of patience. Support this video with a like and subscribe because, as we always say, all stories might sound similar, but not when I tell them. Now, let's begin. Relax. This is just the introduction. Today's story is filled with confusion. Who's honest? Who's lying? Who's a spy? Who's a hacker? And who's a criminal? Every time you think the story is over, it starts all over again. You'll hear the names of major companies that were hacked not for money, revenge, or destruction, but simply because the hacker wanted information he couldn't find anywhere else. And the shocking part, you might think the villain is one person, but even that isn't the full truth. Have you ever seen someone appear on TV and claim, "I am one of the greatest hackers in history"? Someone who says, "I had two choices: become a world-class illusionist, or dedicate my life to hacking the digital world without anyone noticing." This unusual man is the hero of our story. The story begins on August 6th, 1963, in Los Angeles, California. A normal child was born, living an ordinary life until his parents separated when he was 5. He moved in with his grandparents, and this is where things get interesting. His grandfather was known for his incredible card-handling skills, the kind used in casinos and magic tricks. He was so good that a security company hired him to teach casinos how to spot cheating. As he grew older and slower, he decided to pass all his skills to his grandson. He didn't call it cheating. He called it card tricks and illusion. By age 8, the boy had surpassed his grandfather. By age 10, he was performing at school events and festivals. But instead of becoming more social, he grew increasingly introverted, living in his own world of skills, puzzles, and secrets. Then, life changed again. His mother returned and, trying to reconnect, bought him a computer in 1978. A rare thing back then. The screen was simple, just black with green text, but he was fascinated. He learned programming, read guides, and even attended workshops in other cities. By his teenage years, he had become a prodigy. Unfortunately, these abilities would eventually make him one of the most monitored hackers in the world. His name was Kevin Mitnick. Kevin had only one close friend, Lewis. But even Lewis didn't know everything about him, and that would matter later. In 1984, an incident changed Kevin's life. He had a conflict with staff at a construction site owned by Pacific Bell. Feeling humiliated, he later accessed their systems and manipulated their data revenge act that got several employees in trouble. At just 20 years old, he was already ahead of almost all hackers of his generation. He continued participating in online communities, always learning, always experimenting. One day, he confided in Louis about what he had done. Louis seemed to admire the story, but 2 days later, the FBI arrested Kevin. He hadn't committed any major crimes yet, but the authorities knew his exceptional talent could be dangerous if misused. He spent 3 months in jail, where he gained respect among the inmates because of his unique abilities. After his release, he discovered that Louis had betrayed him in multiple ways. That moment changed Kevin forever. He became more secretive and more cautious. Kevin continued hacking, but now he targeted large companies and institutions. He accessed systems belonging to companies like Motorola and Nokia. He didn't do it to destroy things or steal money. He was obsessed with learning, exploring, and understanding systems from the inside. This brings us back to that day in 1992. When the FBI raided his house, they expected a confrontation. Instead, Kevin was nowhere to be found. He had been tipped off and had already vanished, becoming a fugitive. In 1993, he escaped to Seattle and lived under a new identity, mastering ways to avoid being tracked. For years, He outsmarted the authorities, becoming a legend in the underground world of hacking. But his run couldn't last forever. The FBI launched a massive manhunt, dedicating huge resources to find him. It wasn't just about catching a criminal. It was about proving that no one could stay hidden from them. In 1995, after a long and complex investigation, they finally located him. Before they could capture him, Kevin managed to erase massive amounts of data, taking his secrets with him. He was finally arrested and served 5 years in prison. His time inside was controversial. He was placed in solitary confinement for an extended period because law enforcement officials reportedly feared he could start a nuclear war by whistling into a payphone, a claim that highlighted just how much his skills were both feared and exaggerated. After his release, he completely transformed his life. Kevin Mitnick became a world-renowned cybersecurity consultant, author, and public speaker. He used his incredible knowledge to help companies protect themselves from the very attacks he once pioneered. On July 16, 2023, Kevin Mitnick passed away from health complications. Before his death, he shared the lessons he learned about trust, betrayal, genius, and the thin line that separates curiosity from crime. Kevin Mitnick, the man, the hacker, the symbol left an undeniable mark on digital history. His story forces us to question what it means to be a criminal when the motive is una malice, but an insatiable thirst for knowledge. If you want more stories like this, like the video, subscribe, and tell me in the comments. Do you think Kevin's skills were exaggerated, or was he truly one of the greatest hackers who ever lived? Thank you for watching.